Lily looked up at me, her eyes filled with determination. What if we took a chance? What if we let ourselves explore this, whatever it is? I felt a rush of excitement mixed with fear. Are you sure? Could complicate everything. I'm sure, she said firmly. I want to see where this goes. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm orange glow over the sprawling fields of our family farm, I leaned against the porch railing, lost in thought. The gentle rustle of the corn stalks in the evening breeze was a familiar sound, one that had always brought me comfort. But today felt different. My younger sister, Lily, was returning home after a year abroad, and I couldn't shake the mix of excitement and apprehension that filled me. Ryan, I'm home. Lily's voice rang out, breaking through my thoughts. I turned to see her stepping out of the old family truck, her arms overflowing with bags and her face lit up with a smile that could rival the sun. Lily, I called, rushing down the steps to meet her. You made it back. How was your time in Spain? It was incredible. The art, the culture, the food. I missed this place though, she said, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. But I can't wait to show you everything I've brought back. I helped her with her bags, noticing the vibrant fabrics and unique trinkets spilling out. You look different, I remarked, taking in her sun-kissed skin and the confidence in her stride. More adventurous. Thanks. I feel like I've grown a lot, she replied, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. I even took some art classes while I was there. I want to start painting again, and I'd love your help. As we stepped inside the house, the familiar scent of fresh bread baked by our mother filled the air. Our parents were away on a week-long trip, leaving us with the entire farm to ourselves. So, what's the plan for tonight? I asked, eager to hear about her experiences. I thought we could set up an art station outside and paint the sunset, she suggested, her enthusiasm infectious. And I brought some wine from Spain. It'll be a perfect evening. Sounds great, I replied, feeling a rush of excitement. I loved spending time with Lily, but a part of me felt the weight of our family's traditions pressing down. I had always been the protector of our values, and I worried about crossing lines that shouldn't be crossed. As we prepared for the evening, Lily began sharing stories from her time in Spain. The lively streets of Barcelona, the breathtaking architecture, and the inspiring artists she had met. I listened intently, captivated by her passion. Did you get to visit any famous galleries? I asked, curious about her experiences. Absolutely. I spent a week at a workshop in a small village, learning from local artists. It was life-changing, she said, her face glowing with excitement. I even sold a painting at a local fair. Wow, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you, I said, feeling a swell of admiration for her accomplishments. What do you think about Lily's journey in Spain? Have you ever traveled somewhere that changed your perspective? Share your thoughts in the comments. After setting up our art station in the backyard, we poured ourselves glasses of wine and settled down to paint. The sky transformed into a canvas of pinks and oranges, and I felt a sense of peace wash over me. Ryan, I've missed this. Just being with you, Lily said, glancing over at me as she painted. You always know how to make me feel grounded. I smiled, but inside, I felt a conflict brewing. I wanted to protect her, to uphold the traditions of our family, but the bond we shared felt deeper than that. I could sense a shift in our relationship, one that both excited and terrified me. As the sun dipped lower, Lily leaned closer to me, her voice dropping to a whisper. You know, I've been thinking a lot about us, about how close we've become over the years. My heart raced. What do you mean? I feel a connection with you that's different from anyone else. It's like we understand each other in a way that goes beyond just siblings, she said, her eyes searching mine. I swallowed hard, feeling the weight of her words. Lily, we have to be careful. We're family, and I don't want to ruin what we have. Why does it have to be wrong? She challenged, her gaze unwavering. We're not bound by blood. We have a choice in how we define our relationship. I felt a rush of desire mixed with fear. But what about our family's traditions? What would they think? Who cares? She shot back, her voice firm. This is our life, Ryan. We deserve to explore what we feel. The tension hung heavy in the air, and I found myself torn between wanting to protect our family legacy and the undeniable pull I felt toward her. As the days went by, Lily became more assertive in her feelings. She would often brush against me, her laughter echoing in the quiet corners of the farm. Each touch sent shivers down my spine, igniting a longing I couldn't ignore. One evening, as we sat on the porch watching the stars, she turned to me, her expression serious. I want to be honest with you, Ryan. I want to explore this connection we have. I felt my heart race. Lily, I don't know if that's a good idea. Why not? She pressed, leaning closer. This summer is ours. Let's not waste it pretending we don't feel something special. Her words hung in the air, challenging me to confront my own desires. I wanted to say yes, to give in to the feelings that had been building between us, but the fear of crossing a line held me back. Let's just take it slow, I finally said, trying to maintain some semblance of control. We can enjoy each other's company without rushing into anything. Lily nodded, but I could see the disappointment in her eyes. Okay, but I want you to know that I'm not going to shy away from what I feel. We continued to spend time together, painting, exploring the farm, and sharing late-night conversations. But the unspoken tension between us lingered, a constant reminder of the feelings we were both trying to navigate. One night, as we lay on the grass looking up at the stars, I turned to her. Lily, do you ever think about what happens when our parents come back? Honestly, I don't want to lose what we have, she admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. But I also don't want to hide anymore. I felt a rush of emotion. Neither do I, but what if they don't understand? Then we'll figure it out together, she said, her determination shining through. I believe in us. In that moment, I realized how much I valued our relationship. She wasn't just my sister. She was becoming someone incredibly important to me. But I also felt the weight of tradition pressing down on me, urging me to conform. I could either embrace the feelings I had for Lily or continue to uphold the family traditions that had defined my life. One evening, while we were painting together again, I noticed Lily staring at her canvas, lost in thought. What's on your mind? I asked, breaking the silence. I've been thinking about how things might change when our parents come back, she said, her voice low. I don't want to lose what we have. Neither do I replied, my heart racing. But we can't ignore the feelings we have for each other either. Lily looked up at me, her eyes filled with determination. What if we took a chance? What if we let ourselves explore this, whatever it is? I felt a rush of excitement mixed with fear. Are you sure? Could complicate everything. I'm sure, she said firmly. I want to see where this goes. In that moment, I knew we were both ready to take that leap. Have you ever taken a leap of faith in a relationship? What was the outcome? Share your experiences in the comments. The day our parents returned from their trip felt like a storm cloud rolling in. I had spent countless hours imagining how things would change, and now that they were back, the reality hit me like a ton of bricks. The farm, once a sanctuary for Lily and me, felt different. It was filled with the sounds of our parents' laughter and the chaos of daily life, leaving little room for the intimacy we had cultivated over the summer. Lily and I exchanged glances across the dinner table, our hearts racing with unspoken words. The connection we had built felt fragile, like a delicate thread ready to snap. I could see the worry in her eyes, mirroring my own anxiety. Would we be able to navigate this new reality? Lily and I found ourselves stealing moments together, but they were fleeting and filled with tension. The thrill of our secret was intoxicating, yet the fear of being discovered loomed over us like a dark shadow. One night, after our parents had gone to bed, I found myself pacing in the living room, my mind racing. What if they found out? What would they think? Would they even understand? The thought of losing Lily was unbearable. I took a deep breath, trying to calm the storm inside me. I knew I had to see her. Against my better judgment, I quietly made my way to her room, heart pounding in my chest. I knocked softly on her door, praying she would hear me. "Lily," I whispered. A moment later, the door creaked open, and she stood there, her hair tousled and her eyes wide with surprise. "Ryan, what are you doing here?" "I couldn't stay away," I admitted, stepping inside and closing the door behind me. The familiar scent of her perfume enveloped me, and I felt a rush of warmth. "What if someone hears us?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. I shrugged, trying to mask my fear. "I'll be quick. I just needed to see you." As we sat on her bed, the air was thick with tension. I could feel the magnetic pull between us, stronger than ever. "I hate this," I confessed. "I hate having to hide." Lily nodded, her expression serious. "Me too, but it feels so good to be together, even if it's just for a few minutes." I reached for her hand, intertwining our fingers. The warmth of her skin sent shivers down my spine. "What if we get caught? What if our parents find out?" "They won't," she reassured me, though I could see the uncertainty in her eyes. "We're careful. We just have to be smart about it." But deep down, I knew it was a risk. The thrill of sneaking around only heightened my feelings for her, but it also filled me with dread. I couldn't shake the thought that one wrong move could change everything. As the nights went on, our secret meetings became a routine. Under the cover of darkness, I would slip into her room, and we would talk for hours, sharing our dreams, fears, and the undeniable chemistry that sparked between us. Each moment felt both exhilarating and dangerous. One night, as we lay side by side on her bed, I turned to her, my heart racing. "Lily, do you ever think about what happens if we get caught?" She sighed, looking up at the ceiling. "All the time, but I can't help how I feel about you. It's like I'm drawn to you." "I feel the same way," I admitted, my voice barely above a whisper. "But it scares me. I don't want to ruin our family, our relationship." Lily turned to face me, her eyes searching mine. "What if we're meant to be more than just siblings? What if this is something real?" Her words hung in the air, heavy with possibility. I wanted to believe it, but the fear of the unknown held me back. "I don't know, Lily. I just don't want to lose you." "You won't lose me," she said firmly, reaching out to cup my face in her hand. "We'll figure it out together." In that moment, I felt a surge of courage. I leaned in, our lips just inches apart. The world outside faded away, and all that mattered was the connection we shared. But as I hesitated, a sudden noise from the hallway jolted us back to reality. "Did you hear that?" I whispered, panic rising in my chest. Lily nodded, her eyes wide. "We need to be quiet." We quickly pulled away from each other, hearts racing as we listened for any signs of our parents. The thrill of the moment turned into a rush of adrenaline, and I realized just how much I craved her presence, despite the risks. Our secret meetings continued, but the tension grew. Every creak of the floorboards and every whispered conversation felt like a ticking clock, reminding us that our time was limited. I often found myself lost in thought, questioning whether this was worth the risk. One evening, as I lay in bed, I replayed our moments together in my mind. The way she laughed, the warmth of her touch, the spark in her eyes. It all felt so right, yet the fear of being discovered gnawed at me. I wanted to protect her, to keep her safe, but the pull of our connection was too strong. In the days that followed, I noticed myself becoming more reckless. I found excuses to spend time with Lily, taking longer routes home just to steal a few extra moments. Each time, I felt the thrill of danger mixed with the sweetness of our love. As summer came to an end, Lily had to return to school to continue her studies. The feeling of emptiness enveloped me as I watched her pack her things, preparing for a new journey. We had shared beautiful moments together, but now the distance between us became an invisible wall, separating everything we had built. When Lily left, it felt like a part of me had gone with her. In the days that followed, I tried to focus on my work on the farm, but there was a void in my heart that couldn't be filled. I missed our late-night conversations, the way we would laugh until our sides hurt, and the warmth of her hand in mine in the dark. Each memory was tinged with pain and an unshakable sense of regret. Time passed quickly, and now, as I returned home to visit my parents, everything had changed. I'm married now, and so is Lily. She lives with her husband in Spain. I've moved to the city. The house I once called home felt empty without Lily's laughter echoing through it. I sat on the porch, staring out at the fields, my mind swirling with memories of our summer together. I couldn't help but wonder if she still thought of me. Did the feelings we shared still linger in her heart? The guilt surged within me, making it hard to breathe. I had let her go, allowing what we had to become a distant memory. Had I done the right thing by choosing safety over love? Or had I lost a part of myself in the process? These thoughts spiraled in my mind, and I couldn't help but recall the times we had laughed together, the loving glances we exchanged. I felt as if I had betrayed something sacred. Perhaps I had chosen the easy path, but the cost was steep. As my parents chatted happily about their new life and shared stories of their travels, I felt like an outsider in my own home. Their laughter and warmth made me feel even more isolated. I had once envisioned a different future, one that included Lily, but now it seemed so far away. I closed my eyes, trying to hold onto the beautiful memories we had shared, but the pain remained. I didn't know if I could ever forget Lily. She had left a deep mark on my heart, and no matter how much time passed, I couldn't escape those feelings. What do you think I should do next? Should I forget about Lily and face my feelings, or should I try to move on? Share your thoughts in the comments.